Hello, everybody, and welcome to ZSR2. Today we got a losers bracket round 4 match of the OoTR Season 5 tournament between Mr. Martin and Icola. And of course, I always have our two amazing commentators. We got VXR and we got Jesse. How are you two?
Hello.
Very good.
I saw someone in chat who said that they didn't want me on comps and they left. I'm really sad. Oh wait, that was me. I'm hyped. I'm so excited actually. This is a dream come true race for me. I'm commentating with VXR. Like that's so exciting. Like normally VXR is in chat, so I've actually never spoken to VXR before until today.
All right, so there's a lot of overlap between these two runners. They participated in 64 races together.
Yeah.
Of course, they combined for 851 races, according to race time history.
Icola, obviously, kind of surprisingly, kind of a new player. Kind of started playing at the beginning of season 5 and just grinded it out. I think he is the most active player in S4. Well, he played a little bit in S4, but it's really in S5 where he really started playing a lot. And I used to track stats by like pulling all the races from race time, and I know for a fact that Icola is by far the most active player in OOTR right now. Like he averages like 2 races a day. Like before the season 5 qualifiers began, which is crazy. He has an insane amount of games under his belt for the short amount of time he's been playing.
And it doesn't show it under last tournament matches for Icola, but his last tournament match, he lost to Yo-Yo Kanari by about 14 seconds.
Mm-hmm. That's a rough way to lose, I would say. 30 seconds is not a big difference, but it is how it is sometimes.
And, despite being in 64 races together, they have not faced off 1v1.
No, I don't remember so either. I'm pretty sure this is the first time they're in a tournament together in the first place, so I don't think it's possible either way. And Mr. Martin doesn't tend to play 1v1, so he usually just plays like bigger races in the evening. And of course, Icola will play anyone, anytime, any day. It's crazy.
Yeah. Considering it's midnight for him right now.
Yep, and for me as well. But nothing can keep me away from this race, okay? Nothing. It was fate that brought me here today.
All right, now to the seed. We are starting with Nocturne and the Spirit Medallion.
Yep.
And what the age start was. It was adult.
Adult, I think. I think we're starting as adult. Wait, my internet is bad? I don't think so.
Sound fine to me.
Yeah. We have not confirmed that Icola is a human, but I'm pretty sure he is. I mean, that would be a very impressive bot, because I've heard him speak, I'm pretty sure. And these runners are about to get started with 20 seconds. Do you have anything you want to add before this? Any predictions on who might win this? Do you think either one of these players is favored to win?
Probably Icola. But I still think this is going to be a close race.
I think it's going to be a close race too. And yeah, I definitely wouldn't underestimate Icola either. He's easily one of the best players in Season 5, I would say. And, one of the favorites to win the tournament, I think. Among others, obviously, but he's definitely up there. But I think Mr. Martin this season has been really good for him in terms of settings. So I don't think you should count him out either. I think this is going to be a very close race, and it really could go either way. What I hope for is that we don't get the stone water that's required. We are
starting in Bonchu Bowl.
Well, that's basically a discount prelude.
Alright, let's see our first hints. Frogs 2 is dead. Sora's Domain is foolish. Skull Mask is Alien Shield, and Sora's Domain flush again. The Skull Kid is also dead.
Yeah, I'm leaving the hints to you. I have the expert here. I don't need to check hints anymore. But I think the bomb through bowling spawn is pretty interesting, because that means you can potentially save an age change if once you get bombs.
Although adult setups are a little bit different from child setups for the game.
True.
All the random settings, like players definitely know those ones. That's
Well,
fire arrows in the crates.
Yeah, and Mr. Martin plays a lot of RSL, so I think he would definitely know. I'm not sure if Icola is an RSL player, though. Very nice movement here in the Dampe race from both players. Really sticking to their corners and like not rolling into the wall. I think Icola did hit a single fire, but you know, it happens sometimes. Oh, and there's a bonk.
48's still very nice.
Yeah, still very good. And I think we're gonna see roughly the same on the other side. So I think Mr. Martin might be a little bit off timing. It's looking like a 50-ish, I would say. Nah, 48 too.
Also 48, very nice.
Yeah. Both made one mistake, both get 48. Kind of shows you that mechanically these players, I would say, are probably pretty matched. I mean, Mr. Martin obviously been playing OoTR for a very long time. And that's a big chest. And it's a hammer.
Early hammer.
It's very nice to have. Opens up so many checks. Opens up the path into Lost Wood, so they can potentially go up the mountains as well. Like it's just, yeah, it opens up a lot of interesting places. Like it's not bombs, but it's almost just as good. And there's a nice wallet refill. Yeah. It's a nice way to start off a seed, honestly. Very, very kind. Of course, hammer does still mean you can't clear DC, which is a bit of a shame, but you can get most of the checks there at least. Interestingly, Icola, I think, just plain skipped the windmill in favor of this direction.
There is an Air's Lava on here.
We'll see what song this is, though. It's just a prelude. I mean, a minuet, sorry. So that does put the menu check in logic, obviously, so we don't have to worry about that kind of nonsense.
Convenient for both ages.
Mostly just helpful for us, honestly, because we don't have to think about the logic. For the runners, it's like they don't even care about Mito anyway. They always skip it. Big chest.
Airfield path to Morpha. So no Stonewater today.
Nope. And bracelet. Okay. Well, that is another way of getting into DC, I guess. But yeah, water is almost certainly going to be required this seed. Well, I mean, it is. Otherwise, you wouldn't get that hint.
Right.
And we'll just see these runners go off to King Dodongo, almost certainly. I mean, Dodongo's Cavern. Like, it's the obvious play density-wise, and it's kind of on the way. Oh, and Mr. Martin missing that jump. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Icola got randoed in his last match.
All that effort just for a blue rupee on Mr. Martin's side. Quite unfortunate. And Icola just off to Forest Meadow, just going to collect more songs. Clearly not that interested in going to DC yet. Probably just wants to wait for bombs, I suppose, before he commits to the dungeon, so he doesn't have to come back. There's other things he can do first.
Saw Preludes on OT, which not too bad when we have this adult spawn.
Yeah, the adult spawn is so convenient. And I think Icola is just going to go child right away. I think Mr. Martin will definitely be doing DC, knowing his playstyle. It's just unlikely for him to skip that. Indeed he does. No, don't be so upset, Chad. It might still be, logical AD. They might still do it.
It can't even be logical. The song can't be required at all. Okay, Taku Forest.
No, I mean...
Jabu Water and Spirits.
I meant it more in the sense of, like, they might still have to kill all the bosses for an item.
Yeah, 80 for items, yeah. It's not like it's DC Fire and Shadow for stones. So that was a Sphere Zero Hammer, and we have Stone Fire. I don't know if the seat's telling us something.
So yeah, DC unless Martin finds a bomb bag in here. That was Kakariko Village on the path to Phantom Ganon. It's almost certainly for the strength.
Probably Minuet.
Yeah. Oh, is Forest Axis part of on the path to Ganon? I guess it might be. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
Depends on where Saria's song is. If that's also available, then it's definitely the Bracer. But yeah, it's either one of those two. They both satisfy it, so it's not really worth thinking about.
We could see Vanilla Forest Medallion, so strength 2 already.
Strength 2 in the first 7 minutes of the sea. That is definitely fast. I saw a strength 3 in within 10 minutes once. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I could not see the size of the chest up there.
Me neither.
Welcome in, Raiders. I just watched Arthur Regini vs. Sanzo. Please do not spoil that race, as some people may want to watch that later.
Yeah, like me. I definitely want to watch that later. And a boomerang from the Child's Archery Gallery. So, it could mean nothing, but it might hint that, we might see a lot of skulls early on, or that Jabu might be required. But it could just be a coincidence. But boomerang in Sphere Zero, usually I feel it's like a bit of a warning sign that you need to start paying attention to skulls.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a skull hint yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Ground City is perhaps a bear enemy.
Well, that confirms that we probably will need, that we are going to do Jabu, so that boomerang is required one way or another. That's nice though. It means we won't be looking around on a wild, goose hunt on for a boomerang. Some seeds do come down to that. It's the worst.
Can get annoying.
Yeah, it definitely can. Yeah, Rang was on the slingshot game.
I was just going past these skulls.
Yeah, and as Chad is saying, yes, letter in Goron City almost likely. No, pretty much for sure, or something that leads to it anyway. I don't think there's anything else required for a Jabu run, right?
No, it could be a scale if Zeal's on.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good point.
Zeal could be on Vernicac, although it's very unlikely given Water Medallion Water.
Yeah, I mean it is possible, logically, but it's an incredibly rare chance. But it would be funny. That would be a very good meme. I think it requires the boss key to be on the compass chest or the map chest, if I'm not mistaken.
One of those.
Yeah. Anywhere else, and CL's required.
Big chest in the Sunsong Grave.
Indeed. And Martin is bait. Bomb bag. See, this is probably why Icola put off DC for so long. Probably hoping to. Well, I mean, it's a stone. Probably wanted that information as well, but if he does decide to go DC now, he can actually full clear it. So no return visits.
Something else from Dampé digging.
Yeah. And he's going to use the boomerang trick here. He's going to have to line himself up with the windmill and the trees. It's a certain visual cue you can look for. And if he does it right, he will side up to the right now, and the item should come to him, but that did not look right.
The other Goron City hints. It's fire arrows in the crate.
There it is.
Also path to Goma.
And before anyone wonders, yes, that is definitely allowed. Though it is a bit of a unique trick. You don't see it that often, but, in situations like this, it comes in pretty handy.
Yeah, early Hammer and Bomb Bag and Hyrule Field on the path, double path.
But yeah, that bomb bag actually does make Hyrule Field a lot more appealing now, because we can pretty much see all of it except for the ADC Grotto.
Yeah. And now back to the graveyard to get the song from the composer or royal tune.
Yep. Yeah. The Burning Caxial Dream is definitely dead at this point.
Alright, 50's
And 50
dead.
Yep. Again, I don't have to read hints. I need to remember you can just do that for me. You're so much faster. And I misread them anyway. Light arrows, okay.
Nice.
This has all the trappings of a very convenient seed. Like lots of just items that, you know, they're nice to have early on. If we find a rewards wind and a magic, we really know this is a convenient seed.
We're gonna get a bonus song out of the royal tune. Nicole's gonna do the flame storage setup now.
And he's got it. It's pretty easy. As long as you just align yourself with the right side of the left side of the door and then just walk through, you should have it. I think a lot of people who practice that trick the first time, they kind of panic and they rush for the door, but you actually have plenty of time so long as you pull out the stick at the right time. And Martin chasing down that Hyrule Field hint.
Child spawn and Deathmount Trail outside of Goron City.
Not quite as nice. That's definitely not a prelude.
Trust me, he's dead.
Of course, as far as Child goes, you know, Serenade is a pretty good alternative to Prelude, so we just gotta hope we find one of those early on, and then getting to Temple of Time will not be an issue on either age. And what we mentioned earlier is that this really could go either way. Chat seems to agree. The poll is still up for 2 more minutes, but right now the split is 51% favors Icola to 49% to Mr. Martin. That's about as even a split as you'll ever see, and that's a hook shot on the path to Morpha from Hyrule Field. Almost certainly the path. I mean, it's hook shot, like.
Yeah. Hello Raiders and CSR3, they just did a Z2R max rando seed, so I'm assuming that was a really fast one. 30
really
skulls
fast.
is a wallet. Got to mention that. It's vanilla.
Yeah, 30 wall. I mean, that could be logically pretty interesting and relevant at some point, but it remains to be seen. But tunic memes definitely do come into play.
That could be logically relevant because we don't have a tunic yet.
Exactly, yep. And, well, fire is a stone, so that might not be as interesting, but fire is a pretty high check, you know, location, so there could be something there. Pair that up with the boomerang, you know, and the early hook shot. There's definitely a lot of skulls available right now to both of the runners.
First. No Skull Kid hints.
Yep. As for Kakariko, by the way, on the bot, make sure to always also put the strength there for Kakariko Path to Phantom Ganon, because it could definitely be the strength as well.
Oh yeah, Strength 2 wasn't Strength locked. Because we have Hammer.
Oh, right, yeah. That makes perfect sense. So that strength can actually not be it, so it has to be the Minuet then. Or there might be something on 220 skulls still, of course. Or chickens. We'll know when we find Saria's song, depending on how that's accessible. Will tell us a lot as to what that Kakariko hint really wants from us. Well, we don't have a bow, so finishing Forest Temple is definitely out of the question. And this seems to be a bit of a trend for Mr. Martin today. He entered DC without bombs, so he couldn't finish that. And now we're in Forest Temple, which he also cannot finish. And he hasn't checked his pedestal yet, so he has no idea what dungeons are actually required and which are. Forest obviously rewards the Forest Medallion, quite vanilla, so this is definitely a good place to go. But he doesn't know that. For all he knows, this might be a stone. So this is purely gambling in his mind right now.
Yeah.
And this is a risky gamble, but on the other hand, Courtyard, which is the area that's accessible to us right now, is very dense on checks. It's the very fast, dense part of Forest Temple. But it might say something about how Mr. Martin feels about this race. He might feel like that to beat Icola, he needs to start, taking some risks. The good thing about this play is that even if there's no bow here, when he comes back, it's a very minimal time loss because there's really no overlap between the bow-locked area and the area he's going to. And to get to the bow-locked area, it's basically, you have to do all this stuff over again anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. Anyway, Icola will also be picking up his hookshot right now. Do you think he'll go for Gerudo Valley?
Possibly.
I don't actually know much about Icola's playstyle as a runner. I've watched his stream maybe twice.
And you are here.
But I think he's pretty, thorough in his routing, right? He tends to go everywhere, from what I know. Well, good isn't a style. Good is a skill level. And I would definitely say Icola is more than good. The strengths, there was one strength in the back cave of Kakariko Village, and the other strength was on the map chest in the Dongos Cavern.
There's a big chest for the map.
Indeed.
Chest forest.
This might be a good play for Mr. Martin right here. It's a scale.
Well, okay.
Well, that puts... Well, the main is already in logic because of ZL, but, you can get there potentially a little easier, but it also makes it easy to get to the lake. And that kind of makes domain slightly less shitty of a play, because domain is kind of far off and, it's very light on checks, but if you can just swim down to the lake, that makes it a little bit less awful. If you can set up your scarecrow song and do fishing, get all of those far out of the way checks a bit easier. And you can get to domain a lot faster too with Minuet, so there's a lot of benefits. Another big chest here in Forest Temple for Mr. Martin.
And we get double defense.
Yeah, unfortunately not a bow. If there was a bow in Forest Temple, that would have been huge, I would say. That's definitely something massive for Mr. Martin, but... His skill is nice, but I wouldn't say that's really what he came here for. He was definitely looking for something bigger. But at least some life insurance. Can't hurt.
There's probably a path to Twin River out there, so one we're missing.
And it's a blue rupee and a piece of heart in the Gerudo Valley. Maybe a good hint, though? No. I think that was Frog's 1.
GTG Center chest.
Oh, was it GTG Center chest? I read final. I was like, final reward for Frogs. God damn it, VXR. How do you do it? Let's talk about that. How can you read so fast?
Years of watching these races.
I've been watching this for years too, VXR, and I still can barely read even the most basic hints. I was finally hoping to get some answers, because some runners, they check the stone and they just click it away immediately and then they read it from some reason.
The rare time I play it, I do that too. Where the fortress is forest.
Yeah. Excuse me. GTG Foolish would have been a much nicer hint, but, still nice. Still a good hint. At least not Wasteland Foolish, the worst hint. That's bomb shoes on the lake, I think.
I thought that looked like a slingshot.
Did it? I thought it looked like bomb juice, but you might be right. Now, of course, I mean, with a hammer, Goron City definitely becomes an interesting place to check out, because that's just 3 checks right there in the maze you can get real easy. Yeah.
And the mini Goron hint can be gotten pretty easily as well.
Yeah. And also, yeah, of course, in the back of the maze, there's also another hint there. So, hammer really makes Goron City very attractive play right now for Mr. Martin. Obviously, you can get the hook from the hookshot locked Bolero song as well. So this is just a good area to go to right now. That's a red potion. We know that Goron City's path to Baronades. I thought that was a letter for a moment.
Oh, chat's doing their thing.
Oh, Kokiri scored from child fishing. That is huge. That opens up.
Wait. Is our path to Goma a slingshot?
I think it has to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be. Yeah.
Yep.
It can't be anything else. For those curious why, Slingshot is logically required not to beat Goma, but to get access to Goma. But our runners will just be using some kind of setup to just jump up over the ledge. And there's another big chest in the back of maze. This is probably our path. No. That is definitely not Ruo's letter. Throws a rock in anger. I get it. No one likes finding Stone of Agony. You could say finding that item is quite agonizing. Could be Power Darunia, it could be Spinning Pot, I mean, or, you know, what's this called? Big Rod Goron? So, Hot Rod Goron, I mean. So there's a couple of options, but dancing that would be funniest. You know, I feel like dancing that, they should not have taken the cutscene out of OOTRs. Like, you don't do the check that often anyway, and everyone loves dancing that, honestly. Just leave it in.
Oh, it looks like Tektite Grotto's gonna have the slingshot.
Requiem of Spirit, that's very nice. Yeah, that Tektite Grotto, I mean, you will need a skill from Forest, but what's that in the back of the EMC? And what was that?
What was that?
Was that a long shot? That looked like a long shot to me. Do we need long shot to get a slingshot? Because that would be really funny if that is the case.
Looks like it.
If every single... I mean, is it possible? I mean, I guess it could be possible. If 2 slingshots are in Ganon's castle and the other one is in Water Temple or something.
Song of Time. Big Foes counts as Market, not Hyrule Field.
Wait, we have 2 Hyrule Field hints, right? One for Deku Tree and one for Morpha. That's not true? Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure. Before I made an oopsie. And there's a bow right there on Talon's Chickens. You know, it's really unfortunate for Mr. Martin, but the way he sequenced this by staying adult for so long rather than going child kind of messed him up in terms of like finding items in the right order. Like that forest play would have been a lot better if he had that bow. I mean, not done yet. There's more to do as a child apparently. I'm guessing he's going to check more stones on Hyrule Field. It does mean we'll get another look at that at the Tektite Grotto though. Everyone, keep your eyes peeled. Let's find out what that item is, because it ain't here.
Yeah, Song of Storms in Rinlan.
Yeah, nice. That was going to be my hypothesis that Burning Cack might be Might be a Song of Storms, and that locks the other two slingshots. But that's out of the question now. And yeah, someone pointed out in chat, like, already, Icola has most of the items that open up checks in this game. Really, what we're still missing right now is a Longshot or Epona for access to GTG, but aside from that, we can get pretty much... Oh, we have Epona? Oh, we do. What the fuck? Where was that?
And the
Sorry, Song, I'm guessing. A Sun Song check. Okay. Man, I completely missed that. So we do have access to that. We're really just... No, we're not missing much, that's for sure. Din's Fire for Shadow Temple access is a big one, I think.
Except Shadows of Stone.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's quite a few checks in there still, regardless. But yeah, that's not too relevant.
Yeah, Child Dodongo's Cavern really only comes up in Closed Door of Time seeds.
Yeah.
Or an entrance randomizer.
You'll see it in RSL quite often. Well, quite often, occasionally. Sometimes the seed just rolls that way. You enter Child Shooting Gallery, and then it leads to DC. So Martin also starting off his child run now. I feel like just because of the layout of the items and the way Icola's got them over Mr. Martin, I would say Icola is probably a couple minutes ahead of Mr. Martin now.
Yeah, we only check left is Darunian. Sorry, a song that's probably on Burning Cat given Minuet Path.
Yeah, at this point, almost certainly. I mean, it has to be locked behind it, so it's either going to be on Forest Medallion or on Burning Cat. It seems most likely.
Death Mountain Trails are last foolish. Oh wait, that was the Co-Creation on Strado.
Yeah, and Icola's right off to go to Decker Tree, obviously, one of the most dense locations in the game, and it's a good way to... Sorry?
No foolish dungeons in this seed.
Nope.
That's always concerning.
Yeah, that is always concerning. Also, the high amount of just items that open up locations, I think, is also pretty interesting.
Yes,
especially dungeons. Like we have so many dungeons that we could do. Like especially that Silver Gauntlet is quite concerning, honestly, because we can almost full clear Spirit Temple as well already. You know, which is required, obviously, but like it's just like it's starting to feel like a lot of the items we are going to need are going to be in dungeons. So we're just going to spend a lot of time in dungeons as well. But as for DC, that's in logic. Fire is in logic, and Shadow, well, we're just missing Din's Fire in Magic. So we'll see.
I thought Crater is on the path to Twin Orb. Yeah, gee, thanks. Probably that Requiem.
Huh. You think? I think you might be right. Yes, Requiem does lead to Luxenrova, quite literally indeed. Yeah, Icola is just blasting through the checks in this scene. Just moving with an incredible speed. Which is interesting considering he uses a panda as his avatar, not particularly a fast or energetic animal, I would say. Someone in chat says they love the panda. The panda freaks me out, honestly. Those eyes are staring into my soul. Pandas sit around a lot. I better be good at games. True. Yeah, that is a good quality for a gamer to have, I suppose. Mr. Martin never went to check Tactile Icola again, did he?
No.
No.
So
okay.
nothing in Deku so far.
No. Could just be unhinted Baron. Nope, never mind.
Okay, here's a big chest.
I was about to say, but there's probably a big chest right here. Because there always is. I feel like if Deku Tree is just almost Baron, this chest will be something. Unless it's like actually Baron. Look, magic.
Very nice.
Now I just need Dense Fire. We can go to Shadow Temple as well. Not that you would, but you might have to. Just using a quick ground jump to get up onto the ledge. That's one of the ways of doing the B1 skip. Probably the easiest one. You don't get to see that often anymore ever since Season 4. Used to be that Deku Tree was like one of the first things you would do in a seed because you spawned in Kokiri Forest and Deku Tree was always open. That was that one trick that everyone just learned. It's the first thing they did, but ever since we randomized the spawns and closed Deku, it's just not that often anymore. And if you do see it, it's just with a bomb, because usually you have bombs by then. You don't see the jumps anymore.
Yeah.
Seems chat's quite convinced, though, that we're going to see Stone Shadow anyway. Nice one cycle on Goma by Icola. Tell me, chat, how many of you people, for how many of you was B1 skip the first trick you learned when you started playing OoTR? Because I bet for a lot of you, it's like definitely the first thing. It's the first thing I learned, that's for sure. Ground jumps first. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, see? Lots of people in chat saying, yep. This is why I don't even know the vanilla solution for the basement. Oh, it's awful. It's so long. You have to go to like 3 rooms and there's like puzzles you have to do. Well, not just one puzzle, but like it's a block you have to push and there's a switch you have to hit and anything else. It's very slow. It takes a lot of time. You really understand why B1 skip is so popular. Yeah, the long route is really awful. It feels terrible doing it as well. I think it's like 2 minutes or something, which is incredibly long considering Deku Tree is like a 4 to 5 minute dungeon.
Alright, we're gonna see the well.
Indeed we are. Makes sense.
Yeah, we can full clear it.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. It's extremely dense and we can full clear it, as you say. And you know, if you child it already anyway, you might as well just, you know, do this to finish it off. So you don't have to come back for it later, ideally. Seems like our runners are not interested in picking up the condom, though. Oh, that's a big on sword there from the scrub under the bridge. Definitely nice to have, especially this early on in the siege. Just it shaves off seconds on every fight. I don't think that's really to be underestimated. Another thing that I've been thinking about VXR in this seed is that Icola might never get that second strength from DC. Because it's a stone, right? So what reason to go there?
Well, stone DC people often go to anyways. It's fast and there's a lot of quick checks.
That's a fair point, but my argument for that is going to be that Icola already has so many items. Like, is there really a strong argument? Like, eventually when you get stuck, you might start thinking about it. But I feel like for now, it's not a place he's going to check out anytime soon. He has plenty of other things to do that are progression. It might never matter, of course. Could very well be another strength available to him somewhere. Also, Boha runners are still on 3 hearts. That's not something you see very often in, in these seeds anymore either, especially not at 36 minutes. But it makes sense. I mean, we've seen an extremely high amount of items already. And that was a Zorch in it.
Yeah, but he's not getting that.
No, Icola opts to skip that one. Probably doesn't need it, to be frank with you. He's just going to go through Water Temple without. That might be a mistake if the hearts keep being this stingy, though. Yes, Mr. Martin has double defense. Where are the
bomb
bombs?
bag is in the Sun Song Grave.
Yeah, indeed.
Winner!
Yay, okay, we're done. Icola wins. Fast seed. Yeah, I know, I never made that joke before. It's definitely the first time anyone heard it.
A meme goal. Oh, Martin's gonna do strength pots. I was gonna say a meme goal. First one to find the winner heartbeats wins.
Win a percent tournament? I'm down. That's basically just Triforce Piece Hunt, right? Like, we had this for a while. Some people were running, like, one Triforce Hunt. That was pretty funny. Nothing on the spinning pot. It actually might be Dancing Dad that we're looking for now. I think it actually is. Yeah, we've seen everything else. So it is on Dancing Hat.
But if Saria's song's on Burning Cack, then that won't work because it's Path to Baronade and it would have to be the bottom.
No, it could be on Force Medallion still, right? If Saria's song is Force Medallion.
The Force Medallion.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If Saria's song is the reward from Force Medallion, then it works fine.
Yeah.
Which I'm inclined to... Well, it has to be at this point. There's no other option. Like...
Oh, it could be Burning Cack or Ice Cavern, but Ice Cavern making this. Is that another bow?
I don't think so, because it's on the path to Baronate, right? So that has to be Widow's Letter.
I was saying this item in Upper River. Oh, it's Shoes.
Shoes are always nice to have. Especially since Mr. Martin doesn't have any bombs. Yeah, just aim down a little. There we go. And we're going down the river first. We're not going up into the main. Now, because Martin has that scale, and this will be definitely a bit of a blessing to him, he will definitely be checking out Child Fishing, I imagine. So he will not be missing that Kokiri sword, but without that scale, that's an easy item to miss in his position. Because you're not going to find a Kokiri sword unless you go to Gerudo's Valley without the skill, realistically speaking.
Or to the Red Rupee.
It's just nice arrow. Kind of unlucky. Did I check the bottom chest yet in the well? He must have counted keys for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't counting keys.
Yeah, he has no more keys left, so... And he skipped all the other chests with keys in them, so for sure he knows. I wouldn't almost certainly not make a mistake like that. It's only counting to 3. I think you can definitely do it. Even though I will say counting in French is really weird, I'm just saying. Makes no sense. But I think up to 3 is still pretty straightforward. Got the window. Exactly. Great counting system. 40 times 2 plus 2. There you go. Yeah, exactly.
And just a blue beef and progs one.
Yep. No, I think we saw the hint for that, didn't we? No, we didn't. That was Frogs too.
No.
And is Mr. Martin bailing? No, he's not. Unfortunately, too. I mean, if he skips out on the main and then into the lake, he'll never get that Kokiri sword, and that could be bad. That's definitely an item you can last location if you skip it.
Yeah. It's just as this path to Goma is pointing towards a slingshot.
Yeah, and that's the trap, right? Like, you know, Mr. Martin might be like, oh, I know where the sword is. I'm just gonna go to field. You know, not an issue. I'll find it eventually. But yeah, that sword is quite tricky to find right now.
Here's a big
chest.
chest.
Yeah.
40's dead.
Yeah. So I think that we've seen 30, 40, and 50 at this point. It's
Another bottle.
Potion.
Okay, that's okay. The bottle. Okay, bottle in Goron City is not path.
Yeah. Well, it's just a green potion. Alright, well this... He's getting the hints though. Will he go to domain? No. Oh no. Mr. Martin, this might be a mistake. He's setting up for graveyard.
Should hopefully get the bomb bag.
I mean, it makes perfect sense from his point of view to go here. But yeah. This could be bad. Lake Hylia, it's just such a cursed location, honestly, it really is. I've seen many runners, races, go to die there. It's like the Persia of Zuder. It's where empires go to die. You need to beat Jabba to get Burning Cack, yes.
Well, sorry, as long as it's on Prelude, then we're fine.
Yeah, well, it has to be on Prelude. There's no other option. Like, otherwise the seed would almost certainly be broken.
Yeah. And it can't be Ice Cavern since we're path to Baronade in Goron City.
I'm not gonna lie, Ginger Sonny, I just read it as Croissant Nove. I never have enough when it comes to croissants. Is Casey skipping logic? Yes, it is.
No, it's not, but it's allowed.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's allowed. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. It's not on logic, definitely not. But you are allowed to do it. At this point, I've reached kind of a state in my head where I just consider all skips in logic because it's something you're allowed to do and runners are going to do it anyway. So that's kind of how I have to think about the seeds anyway.
No, the bottle is not path because there's another bottle available.
Yeah, exactly. Bomb bag for Mr. Martin. Definitely nice to have, even though he has juice. So at this point, the bomb bag's value is extremely limited. But at least you don't run out of bombs that easily. Whereas juice are finite. And I think Mr. Martin will be heading over to Boswell all the same. But there was nothing there, right? Just ice arrows, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
Complete waste of time. But given their situation, you will be a fool for skipping it.
Last one was Hyrule Field Path to Queen Goma for Icola.
Yeah. Which, for as far as we know right now, I think is probably going to be the hard type grotto for a... You said a slingshot, which could be true. I didn't really see it. It could be either. And Mr. Martin is getting skulls. But he did set up the well for entry, didn't he? Pretty sure he played Song of Storms.
Yeah.
Oh. That 30 wallop might very well be logically required. Oof, and that is one way of messing up the rolling Link to Goron. I'm not gonna lie to you, VXR. When I do Link to Goron, I need Chew, so I just can't do it. I can't time the bombs. I just want to drop the Chew in his face. And 10 was nothing either, so...
it's not. Icy Waters is dead.
Yep. Which is nice that, Iron Boots out of the question. At least for that check.
Yeah.
And I've seen some...
we're going to need them.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, but that check can be awful. I've just seen some really terrible seeds regarding that single check. Where you're like in Go mode and you just need Iron Boots to go get your magic from the bottom of the icy water. So it's just the worst. The Icy Waters is the adult version of the Zora's Fountain, where Jabu Jabu is. Because it's frozen over, we call it Icy Waters.
And there's an item at the very bottom.
Yeah, exactly, that you can only get to with Iron Boots. It is actually the only check in the game, I think, aside from Water Temple stuff. There's one check in Water Temple, I think that's Iron Boots locked.
Wait, was that?
I think
that
only...
That couldn't have been. I was for a second thought that was a slingshot on the volcano. That would
that would make no sense. And toilet, right? That's very true. Thank you, Arthur. I forgot. And Fancy now. See, I have VXR here for me for the hints and chat for the logic, and now I'm just completely covered. I can never look like an idiot again. Well, actually, I have both a commentator and chat to make me look like an idiot now. The game is through. It will be obvious now that I have no clue what I'm talking about. I've never seen a boomerang pull in 2 items at once. Have you?
Yeah. Pretty weird.
Also, welcome, Arthur. GG's on your race. I don't know who won, and definitely please don't tell us, but GG either way.
Alright, now we're gonna get the Forest Temple play. It makes sense to do this, get what's most likely Saria song, and then you can go do Darunia.
Yep. Unfortunately not getting the hit on the dead hand with the stick. And I have to say, I've seen Mr. Martin in better form than he has been today. He's kind of a little bit sloppy around the edges. Maybe nervous, maybe just not in the right mindset today. I don't know. At least someone agrees with me. Thank you, Benji. I also like Forest Temple. Going up against Icola make anyone nervous, says Ginger Sunny. Damn. Ginger Sunny, I'm starting to get a bit of a feeling that you might be a little bit biased towards Icola. Just a little. Strength 2 was in either, depending on which one you got first, but there was a Strength 2 in a map chest in the Dongo's Cavern, and a Strength 2 in the back grotto of Kakariko. Both were available logically at the same time. Very strictly speaking, the Kakariko one is Sphere 0, whereas for the other one you need the hammer from Graveyard, which is also Sphere 0. So the one in DC is technically Strength 2.
Yeah.
But realistically, you could get them in either order, really.
Yeah.
What were the spawns? The adult spawn is in the Bomb Tube Bowling Gallery, which is quite funny, and the child spawn is in... I forgot. Do you remember where child spawn is? Outside Gans Castle, outside GC. Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's a Gans Castle. It's so confusing. GC is like, you could use it for basically 3 locations in the game. It's kind of confusing. And we finally
first look at child spirits.
I was about to say the same thing. Could be interesting, but we'll have to see. That's kill for Icola as well. That's a key. All right.
Yes, you can do it as adults. Just their setups are a little different.
Yeah. And I'm actually kind of surprised no one has done it yet, you know? Pick up their bombs and just immediately head into there. Well, head in there at some point. But yet to see it. Oh, Icola did it. It's nothing. Never mind. I missed that. What's going on with me? I feel like I'm just having momentary lapses in like my consciousness or something. And I'm just missing these like certain things runners do. I had the same last time I commentated as well.
Martin got that scale out of Forest Temple.
Yeah, he did. Martin dipped it without a bow, so he's already done the core chart part of Forest Temple. Am I micro-napping? I would hope not. I'm definitely not high though. I never ever used drugs in my life. I'm straight edge. Now, a bit of a tangent, but since we're in Forest Temple anyway, I don't think anyone will mind. But speaking of weed, I was playing League today earlier, and I was losing pretty hard. And some of my team was flaming me, because I apparently wasn't playing good enough, according to them. And his name was something like, I love weed 420, and I said, imagine weed being your entire personality, and he's not talked since. He literally, after that, he shut up. He hasn't said a single word.
Wow, that's a good one. That's funny.
It's not the best burn I saw today, though. I watched a streamer play League, and he typed in chat to a person who was just constantly talking. He wrote, are you going to release the next chapter of Game of Thrones in this chat because you type so much? I thought that was really good. That one I enjoyed. But that's enough League tangents.
Alright, so Spirit is magic locked. This isn't logic since we can use fire arrows. Martin can't, but Icola can.
Yep. Nice little trick there, Mr. Martin, to get up the ledge a bit faster. If you approach the statue from that angle, you just get boosted up. The game has no idea how to figure out the collision. Just, it's like, whatever, just go up in the air. I think actually in any percent speedruns from in regular OT, people abuse tricks like that all the time to do like these massive jumps into the air. I think I've seen ZeldaG do that quite often. ZeldaG? What is it actually? Probably CFG. He is American after all. Oh, we're finally seeing new parts of Forest Temple now.
Yeah.
Exciting! Listen, no one here in this chat knows where you're from. So you can share your weed facts safely. That's another
hey, a third
potion.
bottle.
That's our third bottle. I think we've had a red, green, and a blue potion as well.
Yeah,
by the
we
way.
did.
All the primary colors, man. We can make the rainbow now. If you combine them, if you combine all the potions into one, it just makes you pretty gay, which is totally okay. Oh, red, yellow? No, wait, hold on. Red, yellow, and blue? What? There's no yellow potion, is there? Oh, he's referring to the Pokemon games, of course. Never mind.
Oh, the big Poe is yellow.
There's a green Pokemon game too, right? There's also Pokemon Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Japan, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so.
Oh, that's what Pokemon Blue was in Japan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why did they?
Yeah,
why did they make it blue?
I don't know.
You know, there's a political joke in there, but I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, it's one of the light fires.
I wish I could have had a Pokemon Green as a kid, because Venusaur's the coolest one. Because Squirtle is better than Bulbasaur? Wow, imagine being so wrong. Squirtle is definitely the lamest of the original starters. Oh, that is true. Now that you mention it, Bang, you're completely right. Yeah, the sprites in green are awful. I think I've seen it, and like some are just really, really bad. Thank you for all the Bulbasaur lovers in the chat. I feel validated. It's okay to talk about Pokemon, right? Like I think this is like a good time about it. I don't know. We're in Forest Temple.
Yeah. Martin isn't doing new things as of right now.
Once we see a big chest, we'll shut up about Pokemon. Don't worry. Why does everyone have such bad opinions? All right, Benji, tell us, who do you think is the best starter? Spoiler alert, I think it's bad. Mudkip, see, an awful choice. Truly terrible. Mudkip's the meme. You guys remember that in like the early 2010s? There was this meme like, do you like Mudkips or something? That ruined Mudkip for me. Wait, didn't Mr. Martin already check the spinning pot?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess he just didn't check Hot Rod Goron?
No.
Oh.
He did Strength Powder when he was here earlier.
Wait, oh.
I thought bag.
Oh, it's not here, we know that. It's on Dancing Dad, we know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately Martin does not. Cyndaquil best starter. I mean, there's some opinions being thrown around in chat. I'll refrain from giving my opinion further on Pokemon because I don't care that much about Pokemon. That's my hot take. I've never been a big fan. I played Red and Blue as a kid, though. Obviously, I mean, what kid born in the '90s, early '90s, didn't play Pokemon? Jesus.
Yeah, letter or something leading to letters on me, yeah.
Yeah.
For 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour in. And already our trackers are quite, like, filled out, honestly. What are we still missing to finish the sea? Let's go over this. So, Forest we can clear. Jabu, we need letter.
Yeah, irons or gold scale to get us water.
Yeah, and
the long shot, which we're pretty sure is long shot, and then meter shield.
Then Din's fire for spirit. Oh no, wait, that's spirit. Never mind.
We already have fire arrows.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, not much left to go at all, actually. Of course, that is assuming we don't need to go into Shadow Temple, which I am almost positive that we will have to, because it's Stone Shadow and it finds a way. Sorry, I have to.
Okay, this is more choose.
Yeah, so I did see it correctly.
Yep.
Huh. Imagine that, chat. I actually saw something better than VXR. I will relish this moment forever. I don't think this happens very often to me. I'm pretty sure I've never had that happen before.
Oh yeah, Martin's gonna see this and realize, oh, it's just a slingshot in field, but then, oh wait, it's long shots. So we have to get it anyways.
Yeah, that is something, isn't it? To get the item in Tactile Grotto, do you need just the scale or the gold scale?
Gold scale or iron.
You need gold scale. Okay, all right. I'm never sure. It looks like, when you look at it, it looks like you could reach it with a scale, but I guess you can't. Nice fishing there, Martin. I like it most when a fish just flies into your hands, by the way. That is so funny. And I think Martin is a bit confused right now. He's like, wait, what? Kiwi sword? That makes no sense. Of course, there is a risk, of course, involved in this. If Martin doesn't go to check what is in the field, he might just, jump to the conclusion, well, it's just a slingshot in the field, right? Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
You
could see that.
Yeah, that's easily a trap I think runners could fall into with a seat like this.
Here's a big chest in the forest basement. Prelude is pretty much has to be Saria Song at this point.
It has to, yeah. Otherwise, we'll have to start a new race because the seat is broken. Goron Tunic. Forest Temple just doesn't deliver today. A scale and a tunic, like, wow. Very exciting game. What else do you have for us?
So to all those who wanted to rush ice as soon as they saw the first battle, it's either Bolero or Serenade in there.
Yeah. Both songs I wouldn't particularly rate worth the effort for getting them.
Let her run Phantom Ganon would invalidate the Goron City path.
Yeah, then the seat will be really broken. I'll totally have Dints in it, don't worry. Hype. We don't need Dints or anything, but that'd be pretty hype. Of course, unless you're saying Mirror Shield is in Shadow Temple. Is that still possible? I guess. I don't know, actually. Yeah, I guess that's still possible.
Cole tried to get the Zero Cycle, but couldn't.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. We've seen it quite a few times, actually, during Season 5 brackets. I think in Season 4 brackets, I don't think we saw it a single time, but... This is a bit of an awkward scrub kill as well.
Shooting an arrow causes him to attack you right away.
That's the wrong exit, Mr. Martin.
Oh,
that's another bomb bag. Well, that's an explosive finish to this very boring forest temple. Mr. Martin has already found a fight. He just hasn't picked it up.
That's not bomb locked.
No, definitely not. Also, just not wrong. Two bomb bags are behind Minuet right now, which is pretty funny. And Forest Medallion Wayfaring Fox, don't forget that. Minuet also locks the song that we're gonna get from it, which is going to be Saria's song. Okay, chat's getting weird now. They're talking about how Pokemon are fake. I think we need to move on to different topics, like Saria's song from Prelude. Who could have seen that one coming? I'm shocked.
And yeah, there's Saria's song.
Yeah.
Oh, the bottle cannot be pathed because there's 2 other bottles available.
Indeed, indeed. But it has to be something else. So, minuet in this case.
Yeah, convenient spawn. Go right to Darunia.
Yep.
When you say bottle, I assume you're talking about the Link the Goron bottle.
Well, speaking of letters, we're about to get one. Our last bottle.
Presumably.
Well, presumably, yeah, it might lead to something else.
Okay, it's letter.
It didn't fight. It would have been funnier, to be fair.
Yeah, because that wouldn't have been for Spirit Key logic.
Yeah, or for Shadow Temple, the that is just hiding in there. But yeah. I mean, this was kind of the expected outcome, wasn't it? And Icola will be heading into Child Spirit, which Mr. Martin already did before.
Yeah.
Truthfully, these runners are not that far apart. Mr. Martin's already done quite a bit of Forest Temple. The fast bit, admittedly, but still. Icola's here trying to peek at the chest on the hand, but not quite nailing the position to do so. It's not easy. At this point, definitely not worth the time investment, I would say.
Well, I heard you can't do this as child.
No, it's only possible as an adult. That might very well be true, actually. It definitely seems to be that way, because this is not looking particularly hot. I could almost certainly be going Child Spirit and then probably take Jabu on after that and then go back adult. Where's Mr. Martin going, you think? Back to Castle, surely, right?
I guess. Go and do Forest Temple.
Yeah. Going to finish a Forest Temple, get Saria's song, get your letter, then go over to Jabu as well. So I'd say Icola right now, I would say it's like 2-3 minutes ahead of Mr. Martin in total, I'd say, something like that. Maybe a bit more, but definitely these two runners are still very close, and one bottleneck item could swing it one way or another. I think Icola just has the execution edge, honestly, over Mr. Martin so far. Just faster and just tighter gameplay.
Yeah.
Mechanically, I would also probably say Mr. Martin, it's not his strength, his mechanical play. He's a good router and, makes good, logical decisions. That's definitely where his strength comes in. And Icola's just good at everything, as far as I know. Mr. Martian, damn. And Visa, I really wish that one of these runners would check out that grotto again. I really want to see what's actually in the that grotto, because I'm still doubting that's actually a long shot or a slingshot. I just didn't really see it. I think
someone in chat may have been a long shot.
I'm pretty sure it's a long shot because I might miss hints, but I'm usually pretty good at nice sword slashes there by Icola to make the jumps just a little bit faster. And those kinds of little tricks really show the kind of confidence Icola is playing with. Just the sheer amount of muscle memory that goes into those kinds of things. You just pull them off all the time. Yeah, there's definitely truth to that, Brando. I was going to mention it as well. Mr. Martin, of course, does have that strength from the Dodongo's Cavern, which there's no real incentive for Icola to go into right now. He has so much progression to do.
Yeah, this. It's got Jabu.
Yeah, he's got Jabu. And at that point, I mean, you could go even to G2G, even. Like, you know, there's other locations you might opt to check. DC is definitely still a good play because it's dense. So if Icola does go like looking for strength 2, he's gonna find it sooner rather than later. But it could definitely buy Mr. Martin some time with Icola going to places he doesn't have to before checking DC. So I'll have to see how that plays out. So VXR, how good are you at key logic in Spirit Temple?
I've got a pretty good grasp on it.
Thank God, because I do not. I've given up trying to understand it as well. Like, there's just too many factors that go into it that I just don't get. I just rely on someone else to tell me. This is, of course, all stuff Mr. Martin did already, so... and since Mr. Martin went... Yeah, and Mr. Martin went up to the entire... all the way to the hand, so I think, actually, in terms of, like, distance from one another, I don't think it's a big difference, really. Like, obviously, Child Spirit is faster than the last half of Forest, but... not going to be a huge difference. Where are we going? Oh, we don't have a key, huh? What? How is that possible? Oh, the archery targets.
Walk past this.
That is really unfortunate. This is a lot of time down the drain. And just kind of, you know, fits in line with, like, just the general sloppiness of Mr. Martin's play today. I don't think it's nerves, though, chat. Mr. Martin's not the kind of person to get nervous. Like, that's not really his personality. Watch Mirror be an adult spirit now that you jinxed it. Hey, who knows? That would be a good thing for Mr. Martin, though, if Mirror's shield is there. At least right now. And Icola's just really thorough with his checks. He's just kind of combing the entire seat over. Like, he really doesn't leave much unchecked. Even stuff like Tektite Grotto, like, nothing really gets left behind.
Cole's gonna save warp and head off to take those shortcuts over to Zora's River and then go into Domain and get the fish and then go to Jabu.
Exactly, yep. In that sense, this is actually a really good spawn point, now that I think about it. For getting to Jabu, at least. It's definitely a little bit faster than playing Minuet, I think. Or, hold on. Oh, he hasn't done this yet. Okay, fair enough. Now, one benefit Mr. Martin does have, and I don't think it will be the deciding factor, but it does add up. He does have the big Goron sword, so boss fights and such will be quite a bit faster for him, especially fights like this.
Yeah.
And while this won't, like, you know, shave several minutes off your seat, it, you know, it does add up to quite a nice little difference. One could say 30 seconds, you know, a number Icola's quite familiar with. Sorry, chat. I had to. It was too much low hanging fruit right there. Speaking of which, though, he has it as well now.
Yeah.
There goes that benefit. Yeah, it just kind of goes with the theme of Icola's play. He just doesn't skip anything. He really is very thorough. Even with this many items already in his inventory as well. He's still looking for stuff, of course, but... You know, some of the checks he's been doing, you hardly can call them, like, dense or quick.
Bots?
Bots? Oh. Huh. Skulls is a hint, surely, right?
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, 30 wallet. That's what we all know. For sure, Brando. I think the only thing you can really say about this duel between these two players is that Mr. Martin definitely has gone further in this tournament than I think a lot of people expected him to do. The general consensus I've been getting from people regarding his play is like, yeah, you know, Mr. Martin, he's good, but, you know, maybe top 64, that'll be it. He's gone quite significantly further than that, that's for sure. They both kind of struggle to get onto this log, by the way. It's worth remembering that these are all checks Mr. Martin did as well, so in a sense they're just kind of getting closer towards one another. Or more fair to say is that they're on a par right now, because they're both doing things the other person already did. Oh, absolutely. You can have some bad luck, despite being good. Like, I don't want to throw shade again, but, you know. What was in this chest again? Oh yeah, right, another bottle.
That is bottle percent.
Yeah. Icola has them all 4 bottles. And Mr. Martin is just about finished with Forest Temple. Just gotta push the room around a bit. You know, to some that might be the beauty of Rando, to some others that might be the curse or the other worst thing about it. It really depends on your point of view. Strength 2 was in the Dongo's Cavern on the map chest, which makes it pretty much available in Sphere 1, considering the hammer is in Sphere 0.
That boulder at the top of Zora's River there is just a fairy fountain.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Well, fairies. In RSL, that cave becomes a lot more interesting, but not in these settings.
Yeah, if you have grotto entrances, stuff boulder, if it's Oko.
Yeah, yep.
You're undead, but we knew that already because TNT was foolish.
Yeah, we pretty much got all of the interesting hints at this point, I think.
Yeah, just sometimes that we're missing.
Yeah. And sometimes hints are almost always awful. Oftentimes awful. There we go. That's a better way of phrasing it. We might find that hint right here, actually. Nope. We've seen it already. Cow Grotto, Fairy Fountain, what's the difference? They both kind of do the same thing. They give you something you can use to restore your health with. You know, I must have had a lapse in like concentration again, but did Icola get any checks in domain, or did it just go straight for
It's
Jabu?
foolish.
Oh, it's foolish. Right, okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure that he didn't do anything there, because if he did do something, I missed it, but yeah, I didn't miss it then. I'm starting to question myself, EXR. I'm going insane. Oh, that's a nice way of getting that skull.
He's at 14 now.
Yeah, he's aiming for 20 almost certainly. And I mean, it just has to be said, but Icola's play today has been extremely good. Like just mechanically, he's incredibly solid. Barely any mistakes. Nice amount of little tricks, just shave off a second here and there. Yeah, insane in the membrane for sure. Like that little quick shield flick there to not get knocked back by the bubble, that kind of stuff is what I mean. Like, just shows someone who's extremely confident in their mechanical abilities. Listen, catching the fish in the bottle is not easy. They have advanced AI, just like Call of Duty. Man, I'm dropping all the 2010 memes for games. Is the game still even? I would say pretty even. This could definitely still go either way for sure. Even in terms of like just ground covered in amount of checks, I would say Icola slightly ahead, but it really isn't much. And at the moment, Martin does sit on silver gauntlets, whereas Icola does not have silver gauntlets, and they're kind of in a place that Icola might not be checking anytime soon. So I would say that's probably the most relevant difference between the two players right now. Anything else, the other player is bound to find pretty soon.
There's the letter from...
Yeah, as he expected, no doubt. As we all did. And he's playing Sun Song to warp himself back to the entrance, which is nice. Good thinking. Just gets you back to where he needs to go a little bit easier. And soon we'll have Double Jabu, which is, my favorite dungeon, as everyone well knows. In Opposite World. I hate this place. And as a matter of fact, actually, if it's okay with you, I'm going to take a really quick break to use the toilet.
That's fine.
I'm sure you can handle commentating Jabu on your own.
Yes.
It's very exciting. There's a lot going on. So.
Oh, here's a big chest.
Oh shit, am I missing something important? Staying for this one.
It's the iron boots. Now we can get the long shot.
Yeah. Alright, now I'm going.
So, assuming that's long shot in Tektite Grotto, I think that leaves us with just missing Mirror Shield for Go mode. And yeah, that can be just about anywhere. Oh, there was no tunic in Jabu. More likely to have slingshot than mirror shield at this rate. Yeah, it could get him back to DC, but he could also be metagaming it. Like thinking that, oh, if it's there, I'm going to lose. But he's got to find strength 2 there as well. Welcome in, Raiders, from Blueshawn GFH2's stream. We're about to enter a Mirror Shield casino. If it's not in here.
Alright, what important moments did I miss?
Not much.
Oh, damn.
I think we could get a bet for Mirror Shield going.
A bet for Mirror Shield. I think that would be interesting at this point, because we probably know where the long shot is.
Actually, let's hold off.
Yeah, until we know for sure what's on there.
That's a long shot.
We're gonna find out very soon anyway, because if there is a long shot and Icola saw it, he's almost certainly going to pick it up right now, after he's done here. And then go straight off to Water Temple, actually, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, just play Prelude, get on Epona, pick it up.
Hey, what Prelude?
Take her to Lake Mylea.
Unfortunately, we don't have Prelude, but there's other ways of getting there. Will we see some swag? No swag. Yeah, I thought it was these things too, but it's the bet is more for the stream itself. Like, with the knowledge we have from both runners combined, leaves only really one item still up in question, which is Mirror Shield. So that's what the bet will be for. You know, VXR, I'm calling it now. The bet will be ruined anyway by Mirror Shield dropping from Baronade. And then we'll all be like, why did we hold off? I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if we open a bet now, it wouldn't be closed by the time we are at Baronade anyway. So. Ready to spend an hour hunting for the mirror in Casino Land? Well, that is definitely the curse of this seed right now, and I think you would agree with me, VXR, but that mirror shield could quite literally be anywhere. There's so much in this seed we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
There is Shadow Temple, Fire Temple.
We can't get into Shadow right now.
Yeah, but you know, it could definitely be there. There's no reason why it couldn't be there. But there's GTG, there's Ice Cavern, there's Deep in DC, there's Fire Temple.
Yeah.
There's no foolish dungeons. That makes it worse, if anything. So yeah, there's a lot of places where it could be. It could even be string free locked behind the Yeet Rock. That would be really nasty. Point is, get your bets ready and start thinking about your best location, because there's a lot of places it could be. And since Mirror Shield only basically locks two things inside of Spirit Temple, makes it logically just able to appear basically anywhere. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's just an awful item. It really is, chat. It's the worst. Okay? I think if you're rooting for Mr. Martin, and I definitely wouldn't say I am, of course, you know, I'm unbiased as a commentator, but you would hope it would be a Spirit Temple, because Martin is almost certainly going to find a Mirror Shield in Adult Spirit first. And just a reminder for chat, but our runners are extremely close together. If you look at their trackers, they essentially have the same things unlocked, except with the difference that Mr. Martin has Silver Gauntlets and Icola has the Fire Medallion, but that will change very soon. And of course, Icola has the Fire Arrows, but Mr. Martin could go pick those up any second he wanted to. And I don't think he actually needs Fire Arrows for anything at this point. Logically, he might need them for Spirit Temple, but he already did the check, so... Yeah, bed isn't open just yet, chat. We'll be opening it up after Icola checked the Tektite Grotto. Or if he doesn't go there, I think we can also just open it up, but I imagine he will. Very funny. Something fire arrow entry. Let's not open Pandora's box right now, chat. Let's not. My hot take on fire arrow entry is that it's a thing that you can either like or dislike, and that's all I will say on it. Temple in a box. Sure. I mean, Stone Shadow is essentially Pandora's box, right? Is fire arrow entry allowed this season? No.
No, it's been banned since we switched from the accessible rule set to the standard rule set.
Yeah, it's not going to be allowed this season. It wasn't allowed last season. And it probably won't be allowed next season either. Almost certainly, it's probably never going to be allowed in
season 2. It was in season 2. It was allowed.
Yeah, but let's
back under the accessible rule set.
Yeah, but let's be real. Season 1 and 2 were kind of the alpha test of competitive OoTR.
S3 was on standard, so it wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't allowed in S3. I would remember that. I think they experimented with it for a moment during some settings tweaks, but not during any official season settings.
Yeah, I think they did try unbanning fire entry in the run-up to season 5.
It was a bad idea, chat. It was not good.
With banning it, kept it banned.
We banned it again for a reason.
Well, multi-world tournaments allowed it.
Yeah, it's fair. I think multi-world in general has very different rules.
Yeah, ice traps aren't good for competitive racing.
Yeah, and also the full meme got stale real quickly. I'll die on that hill.
I think fire arrow entry, it's just too... It's not... I don't think it's hard to do, it's just tedious.
Tedious, yeah, exactly.
Which is why I prefer it to be banned.
Yeah. I mean, most tricks in OoTR, you know, I would say are not particularly hard to learn. Like even things like Hessing, you know, you can definitely practice that a couple days and eventually get somewhat consistent at it. It's more about accessibility, right? Like FAE is not hard, but it's tedious, and you know, it takes some practice to learn. And I think for standard, we kind of want the rules to be so that, you know, anyone that watches the stream and played OOT before can reasonably get into it themselves.
You know, Alfalfa, I'm pretty sure FA's probably hard to do on a keyboard.
Listen, if anyone can do it on a keyboard, it's gonna be FMC Gun and Volva, okay? I believe in them. They are keyboard gods. They can do things on keyboard that keyboards were not intended for, okay? No, I actually agree with Alpha. I think keyboard really isn't that bad when you get used to it. But FAE on a keyboard, I don't
practice it.
But FAE on a keyboard, I don't think would be a good time. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're about to go. We're about to see Tektite Grotto. So once we did that, I think we'll open up the bit for your shield. Of course, unless it's just right here on Poe. That'd be funny too, actually.
Okay.
Wow. I definitely don't have a spoiler log, by the way.
Yeah, it exists, but it's locked away and it's not going to get unlocked.
We don't accept bets right now. Listen, I think if anyone won that bet, it's me, because I did call it. If Martin checks pose before Cola does the... I think the bigger question is who's going to find silver gauntlets or long shot first, because Icola will have the long shot and Mr. Martin will have strength too.
And remember, Mr. Martin hasn't... Or, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but like, it's going to be who either finds the item the other one doesn't have at this point, I think. It's almost certain that Mr. Martin is going to find that mirror shield pretty fast after this. What is he doing? Does he think... Oh, he doesn't know it's Baron.
Oh, I think he just remembered.
Yeah, he cancelled out that one.
Yeah, I mean, if Strength 3 shows up in water, then that could be good for Icola.
That is true, yeah.
You can reach it with gold scale, but not silver scale.
Yeah, I think for Icola, you know, its best case scenario is that there is still Strength 3 out there somewhere. For Mr. Martin, that doesn't exist. And there's only one long shot.
Martin may just be thinking it's a slingshot and might not rush it.
Yeah, that's definitely the case right now for Mr. Martin. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he's thinking. I think the good news is, though, for him, is that once he does big pose, there's a very good chance he's like, yeah, I might as well check.
Yeah, I mean, Navi dive into the well expand, yes. Have to enter with Song of Storms.
Yeah, Martin knows his path is field to Morpha, but he already found a hook shot there. Little do they know, both hook shots are here.
Maybe thinking it's just a slingshot and tuck take Grotto, but I would definitely, you don't have a slingshot, so you just definitely check.
Oh, I see. I see. Icola prefers the Chaos brand of Scarecrow songs. Of course, it is not unlikely that the gold gauntlets are locked behind Strength 2.
Tends to be that way.
Yeah, it happens quite often in my experience. It doesn't have to be that way, but I mean, it could be right here on adult fishing. And I swear to God, if it is on adult fishing, I'm going to start to become a medium and just predict people's future. No, that's a rip. He's going to quit and try again, or maybe not at all. Who knows? Actually, you know, Icola has been so thorough. I imagine he's going to try again.
The strength didn't.
What was the issue? It was that crazy fish o'clock.
Looks kind of an interesting time.
He waited for a while. Yeah,
strength he's missing is in Dodongo's cavern.
On the map chest. Yeah.
And what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
Alright, there's no strength 2 on adult fishing. I'm really happy about that.
Oh yeah, he found strength in Path to Phantom Gancac, but strength 2 isn't strength unlocked because Bombag and Hamlet was available.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like at certain times of day in fishing, they start going out of control, and he really can't. I like Dusk and Dawn.
Yeah, basically around the time the game shifts from night to day, or from day to night. Who knows why the fish do that, but they go crazy. They really do. You can check for yourself. It's a weird phenomenon.
Oh, okay, Martin's going to go check Spirit first, which makes sense.
Segway Speed Racer, I mean, it really depends. I think DC is definitely not a place you hold off for long. I would agree on that, but I think GTG is also very likely. And I wouldn't be surprised if Icola goes there. Now, this is unfortunate for Mr. Martin, because he's dipping into Spirit Temple without that mirror shield. He'll have to come back. Again, a bit of a trend this seed for Mr. Martin, actually. Is coming back later, again. Into dungeons. Mirror Shield is on Poe Hunt. Or Big Post, however you want to call it. E-Poe, nah? I see where you're going with that. Hover boots.
Oh, hover boots.
Well, you know.
That's not a logic without gold scale.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That strength, that Iron Boots trick is definitely not in logic.
Oh, it'll make Water Temple nicer.
It will. Hover Boots, ironically, are more useful in Water Temple than Iron Boots are. Of course, what Martin is doing right now is still progression, but, you know. You could argue that maybe it's not the best thing to be doing without mirror shields. But it might be here for all he knows, in his point of view. Yeah, Martin did need this to be a forward spin seat. Speaking of which, it might be right there. Oh, it's a slingshot. Well, that confirms, I think, something, right? No, wait, it doesn't.
Well,
Hold on, wait, what?
um,
No, that makes no sense at all.
so it's not long shot locked.
Huh? Why are you ever getting here? Victor, have you got any idea? Cause I don't. Is this some kind of key logic meme that I'm not getting? It has to be, surely.
Oh, okay, here's the gold skill. Oh, hook shots. Reckons in the crater, right? So the hook shots actually the first hook is the path to Goma. The long and then the long shot and Tech Grotto is the path to Morpha.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I believe you. There's the big chest, so that's Water Temple out of the way for Icola. Now that could be good or bad, depending. You know, there might be a strength right here in Water Temple. Like, you know, crazier things have happened in Season 5. Well, I think at the very least, this might make... No, I don't think that matters for Mr. Martin. He has no idea about the double hookshot, right? But wait, no, he must surely realize that slingshot was in logic ages ago. So whatever is in Hyrule Field can be a slingshot. Actually, you know, I will say Mr. Martin's strength is probably in reading logic, so I think there's a very good chance that he will pick up on that. It wouldn't surprise me. He does tend to be very attentive when it comes to those kinds of details.
Yeah, crater. Hookshot's your only way to getting crater because Bolero is,
yes,
at this point, I think has to be burning cact for this to make sense.
Yes, that's true. And you know the hover boots are locked behind the hookshots as well, behind one of the hookshots at least, right? I don't know. I hate logic. Logic bad, okay? Makes my brain
Martin's
hurt.
got enough keys to do spirit.
Well, he has no mirror shield to do spirit with, though. But I think, you know, with the hints he just got, I think Mr. Martin is definitely going to reconsider checking the grotto in Hyrule Field. I
The
think
ring
he
was in the market on child shooting.
looks like Column has been go mode, strength 2. Which we know is... Yeah, it's in DC on the map chest, but there's still another strength out there somewhere.
Well, here's a big chest.
Imagine if this is strength 3. Oh, Aurora's Wind. Oh, this is really good for Mr. Martin, actually. This is exactly what he needed. Here. Yeah. That's exactly what he needed right now. That is, well, that's incredibly good timing. Not just a major time save, but also just exactly what he needs right now.
Oh, this might be reversing to GTG.
Yeah, I think that's probably what this is. Mr. Martin, come on, go check Hyrule Field. Everything you need is right there.
Oh, he's save warping.
Oh, okay. Fair,
Oh, and Bottle, yep, this is big pose.
Right. Oh, but
okay, time is really running out for Icola now.
Yeah, if he finds the mirror shield and the long shot, Mr. Martin will literally be in go mode.
So yeah, he's gonna...
And water is quick, and he's almost done with Spirit. So Icola is actually looking pretty dangerous here, but he is heading in the direction of DC. This could be a DC play.
Oh my gosh, if this is DC, this is going to be very close.
That's Serenade.
Oh, no, okay, it's Serenade. Oh yeah, Hook's Letterlocks.
What is he going to do next? He's going
to be an Ice Cavern.
Everything's going to come down to what he's going to do after this. Will he go GGG? Then I actually might argue that Icola probably lost this. If he goes DC, he wins. I think that is literally what this comes down to right now. Of course, Martin does need to go check the Tektite Grotto. He might still opt not to do it. But I don't think so. I think if you're going to go for pose, there's a pretty good chance you're going to check Hyrule Field. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Oh, nice vanilla bow.
Vanilla bow. Where is he going? He's going to DC.
Yeah, this is DC.
For sure. This is a DC play. Or? Okay.
Okay, yeah, he's whipping the camera. Alright, now... Lost keys early.
Alright, that's the mirror shield for Martin.
Alright, this is going to be close, I think.
This is going to be really close.
Because Martin can just FW to the top of Spirit once he's done with water.
Of course, there is still a chance that Icola will go straight for Fire Temple. He did equip a Goron's Tunic. No, he's going for DC.
Oh, this is go mode. This will be go mode.
And I fear that Mr. Martin's execution... wait, though. I mean, he is literally almost done with Spirit Temple.
Yeah, he just
and Water Temple is so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be insanely close.
But I think...
I don't know.
Spirit, though.
I feel like this is going to come down to literally... Like they're going to finish within like 1 or 2 minutes of one another, is what I feel.
Martin realizing, oh, I'm in go mode now.
And Icola will have the same realization in just a moment.
Yeah, alright, that's go. Alright, 149.06 go mode for Martin. Strength 2 is right here.
Yeah. Do you think this race might actually just come down to Forwards wins?
Possibly.
There's a very good
10
chance.
seconds apart for go mode.
Unbelievable. I can't believe this race ended up becoming so close. Yes, he did set Forwards wins.
Out of the very top of Spirit.
Yeah. So he can just do water, boom, Spirit, and he's gone. But for Icola, he just needs to do Spirit.
Yeah, I think Icola does have the advantage.
I would agree with you, yes. But I would also say it's not a big advantage. Depending on how Mr. Martin decides to route Water Temple. Water Bosky? Oh, God, where was it again? I think it was
Map Chest, I think?
Map Chest, I think so, yeah. It's very early, that's for sure.
But Martin may go for Compass first.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good chance. And he's not picking up the hover boots, which, there is a small chance that you mess up on the jump. And that costs a lot of time.
Okay, it was the Torches chest.
Alright, okay. That is potentially one of the first things you do, depending on how you route it.
Yeah, you do have to play ZL to drain the...
You know what, VXR? I feel like there's a very good possibility that we'll see double Twin Rofa on the stream.
Yeah, Icola went to DC and got Strength 2.
God, imagine if he decided to play Bolero. Yeah, he's going for Compass Chest. This is not the right call for him right now. He doesn't know that, though. This is completely reasonable. But this might be the decision that makes him lose. In fact, I would argue it probably is.
See, he's gonna probably stick around and pick up this key.
Yep. Makes sense from his point of view. That all makes perfect sense.
Spirit boss key was
It was in the next
what it was.
room, I think, like on the plateau, not on the hand.
It was
Oh wait, no,
left
boss key
hand.
was in the room with the Lisalvos in Spirit's child side.
Oh yeah, Child Climb. He already has the boss key.
Yes, they both do.
Yeah, he's got 2 keys. He can just go right to Twin Rova.
All right, so Mr. Martin will be picking up his boss key in. The benefit of Icola is, of course, that he can just go mode the dungeon, right? Like, he doesn't
Yeah,
need
he can
anything.
just go right. Yep, just head right there.
Skip all the checks. He is just done. He can skip this room because he has... Yeah, I think at this point we can probably make a pretty safe guess as to say who's going to come out ahead here. But it is still very close. But not that close, chat, unfortunately. For me. This is not close at all anymore, actually, I would say. Because Icola is just straight up further ahead in Spirit Temple than Mr. Martin is, and Mr. Martin hasn't even found the boss key just yet. I don't even think if he had found the boss key by now that it would matter, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, but you're expecting an execution drop from Icola. I think you're more likely to hope for Icola just having a terrible Twin Rova. I think that is a more likely scenario than Icola making a mistake at this point. But really, this race could have gone very different if Icola decided to make just one slightly different decision. You know, anything really could have pushed this into Martin's favor. So this was incredibly close. You know what I liked about this race, VXR, is how quickly it escalated at the end.
Yeah.
It was such a chill race where we were like, oh, no, they're gonna have to hunt for Mirror Shield, and I was like, oh wait, there's Mirror Shield. Who's gonna find the item first? They both find it at once at the same time. That is intense. Now, if Icola gets extremely unlucky here, maybe Mr. Martin has a shot, okay? But I don't think so, chat, unfortunately. But it is very exciting to see that happen. Unfortunately, Icola just has the slightly larger progression lead over Mr. Martin. And that kind of just helps him out here. Yeah, I think I mentioned at the start of the race that Icola just kind of sequenced better by going child first, which kind of set him up to, you know, not have to make as many second trips to dungeons as Mr. Martin did. And I honestly think that's what lost Mr. Martin the race. I think if Mr. Martin had decided to go child first... Yeah, but you know, that's easy to say, but at the same time, if he went child first, there's a very good chance that he might never have gone to DC either, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is what it is. Maybe you could argue that he shouldn't have done the play for Forest Temple. I think that's probably you know, I think that's probably the bigger argument you can make, that the Forest Temple play was kind of bad. But from his point of view at the time, it made perfect sense. It was only bad in hindsight. I don't think you could say either of these players played bad, honestly. I think Icola had the better execution and mechanics, but other than that, I think both runners played a very good race. Twin Rova really is a long fight, isn't it?
Alright, down goes Twin Rova. This is not...
And Morph at the same time, yeah. Synchronized boss deaths. course, Mr. Martin still needs to go do what Icola just did.
Yeah, he's a twin Robo behind.
He's a twin Robo behind, yeah, and an Iron Knuckles fight, but really that one is so quick, because that one is weaker than all the other ones. Is this gonna be a sub 2? Well, no, it's not gonna be sub 2 hour, but it's close. It's close though. It's definitely one of the faster seats in the S5 brackets, I think.
Yeah, I think we've had one seed sub 2, and then another that would have if fair play agreement wasn't called.
Hmm. Mr. Martin heading to Forest Temple to use his Forest Wind, in case chat's wondering why the heck we're going back to Forest. And if you're in chat and you were rooting for Mr. Martin, at the very least, he had a good run. Top 16 is a hell of accomplishment for anyone in the community, and I think if there's ever an opponent that you can feel good about, coming in a couple of minutes of a win, I'd say Icola is definitely one of the better people to lose to at such a short distance. At least this wasn't like a 3.5 hour seat where both players were just running around for ages looking for an item with some wonky logic to go with it. Yeah, Mr. Martin's last seat, which I did commentate, was indeed brutal. Obviously, there's no point not spoiling the outcome. Martin won that one, obviously, otherwise he wouldn't be here right now. But I would still recommend watching that. I think the commentary on that one is really interesting, and I think as a spectator, I'd see this pretty exciting. As a runner, it's awful. I'm sorry for the spoilers. Yeah, Martin won. Shocker. That one, yeah, that bit of logic is pretty wonky. Tough file, I think.
Yeah, nice change to have a jet seat after all these. See, a lot of seeds have been all dungeons and/or have required high skull counts.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy it's quick. Last time I commentated, I went to bed at 5 o'clock. This time I'll be going to bed at 3 o'clock. That's quite a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Not that I would have complained. I would have happily commented for another hour with you, VXR, but it seems our time together today is short. Ooh, that was close on the shield. That was almost a mistake for Mr. Martin. But Icola will be starting off his fight with Ganondorf, swinging his cloak around all, epically.
You'll never beat me with the arrows from Kokiri Forest. No way.
Oh, guys, we have to go to Kokiri Forest.
I totally didn't go to Mido's house at the start.
Oh, absolutely. Who would do that? Like one of the worst locations in the game, right? So, like terrible density. Oof. Ah, that's unfortunate for Mr. Martin. Not that it matters, but it still sucks. And meanwhile, Icola will be heading into the final phase in showdown with Ganon on the ruins of Ganon's castle.
Yeah, I remember in co-op season 1, there was a team that never even checked Mido's house and it had their logical pump egg. They found another one, though.
No.
But they found another one.
Oh, okay. Oh, that could be horrible.
Yeah, I can't do the Here's Ganon the way August can.
Here's Ganon. That's the best I can do. We'll have to do with that chat.
August commentated the earlier one. I'm sure he did a good job on it there.
But Icola will almost certainly be moving on to the top 8. Maybe we can get a quick look ahead at like who you'll be facing off after this match. As we are getting closer and closer to the ending of Season 5. We're getting very close to Grand Finals now.
Yeah, that race that was 1 second apart was those results good.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. And I think the winner of this match will go up against either Say or Why You So Epic. That match still has to be decided, so we don't know yet. But Icola will have to go up against Say or Why You So Epic. I mean, that's 2 pretty good runners. So that's going to be quite exciting. And Ganon is down on his knees. Will be trapped by Zelda, and the Master Sword will glow blue, ready to seal the darkness. Into where actually? Where is Ganon getting sealed off to? It's a very wide place. Get your GGs ready in chat. And get ready to congratulate your winner, Icola, going on to the top 8 to face off against either Say
It's top 16.
Is that top 16? My mistake.
Yeah, everyone is top 16. Final time 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 29 seconds. This is top 24.
Very good either way.
And Icola has declined an interview, but Martin will be here. We can bring him in now.
All right. Welcome, Mr. Martin, GG's, and
Hey, GG's.
Sorry for your loss, obviously. That sucks, but I mean, it's still a really good run, right?
It was okay. I'm used to the bad seeds now.
Yeah, Jet Seed with some wacky double path high roll field. One of them pointing to that slingshot in spirit.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. It was the long shot at the end.
Yeah, because I imagine when you found the Kokiri sword on the child fishing game, you probably thought like, oh, it's probably just a slingshot in Hyrule Field, so whatever. But then you found a slingshot in Spirit, and well, wait, what? That makes no sense.
There was another slingshot in Crater.
Oh, right, on top of the thing.
Well, that was a slingshot. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We thought it was a Bonchu, right?
Yes, I was expecting like hover bullets or something.
Right. Okay.
But then with the other one in Spirit, I was like, yeah, it's the long shot.
Yeah, this race ended up being really close, actually, in the end.
Yeah, I saw the end of it while I was fighting Ganon.
Yeah, you guys hit go mode literally at the same time. This is pretty funny to watch.
Too bad I did all of Spirit and most of DC. I think those 2 are the biggest
time
saves for Icola, yeah.
Yeah, I think another thing maybe was like you decided to dip into Forest Temple early. I mean, it was a perfectly reasonable play, but you did have to go back there again. I think that might have cost you some time as well.
That's not too bad.
No, it really isn't. It's like it's so close. It's hard to say. It's probably just like a couple of seconds here, a couple of seconds there. Icola's execution was so good.
Yeah, you never know what you get. You could get the bow right there.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Song of Time could be in a child song.
But unfortunately, it was only a scale, which is not particularly what you're looking for from Forest Temple gamble.
Yeah, when you're there, you try to get like something, whatever it is, just get some advantage.
Yeah.
But then it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, this is the end for season 5 for you. But in retrospect, how did you like the season? Was there anything about the settings that you really hated, or did you like the season? How do you look back on your run?
It was fine. I hate Pierre. That's
yeah, Deep Fire got involved a lot in this season.
it didn't matter this seed, but for my other seeds it mattered. And I hate Pierre.
Look, at least you didn't go out on the seed you played last time. That was awful. This was pretty relaxed in comparison.
Yeah, I can't believe I got a sub 3. I never get those in tournaments.
Yeah. This was a very fast seed for both of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I never play well in the pretty fast seeds. I always do more than I need to.
Yeah, I think I said at the start of the race that I think like mechanical play is probably not your strongest suit per se, but like you're pretty good at figuring out logic. And jet seats, just tend to favor the other way around. So not always, but usually I feel that's how it goes. Because it just comes down to who finds it first, and people who are with strong mechanical get more checks done more quickly. So it's just how it is.
Well, I mean, I feel comfortable in long seeds, as long as they are logical long seeds and not just casino long seeds.
Yeah. I think we all hate those. Well, I have no further questions. How about you, VXR?
I don't really have anything either, but just watch Martin finish up.
Yeah, you're about to finish up again here.
Yeah, good thing everyone in Europe is gonna sleep at a decent time this.
Thank you!
Because 2:30 a.m. is decent.
I mean,
last time I went to bed at like past 5 in the morning, so you know what? I'm happy with this. I was fully prepared for another awful seed, honestly, Martin, because I feel like every seed of yours that I've commentated was pretty terrible.
Almost every seed I play in a tournament is pretty bad.
Yeah. Thank you, baseball, for the seed.
Bad.
Blessed restreamer, honestly. I need to have this guy as my restreamer more often when I commentate seeds at 12 o'clock. That's gonna be a stipulation from now. I'll be like, I'm not commentating unless it's baseball rolling the seed. Anyway, GG's. It goes down 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 2 seconds.
GG.
And
GG's.
I think with that we can probably bring in the restreamer to wrap it up. Unless you still had something to say.
I don't.
All right.
Sweet.
Oh, thank.
Yeah. So GG's to both of our runners, Icola and Mr. Martin. Make sure to go ahead and follow those two, because they put on an absolutely amazing show. Also, huge shoutouts to our two trackers, Baseball, who is also the ruler of the seed, and MC Hundy. And of course to our two amazing commentators, VXR and Jesse. On the ZSR front, we only have one more thing tonight, and that's actually where we're going to send you, which is a Zelda 2 Randomizer max setting tournament race.
That's pretty fun.
Funniest part is they had another one tonight, and it was about 20 minutes long, so...
Yeah, they're quick.
Seems like this one's a little longer, so...
I think Zelda 2 is just not a very long game in general, is it?
From what I know, it's not very long, but...
Yeah.
If I can spell right.
What about tomorrow on ZSR? Is there anything else then?
Let me pull it up. Oh, there's a whole bunch of... not a ton on tomorrow.
Just another Z2R Max Rando race if we get volunteers for it, 1 p.m. Eastern, and then the Z2R Weekly again if we get volunteers.
Yeah, not a ton, but Wednesday we do have our next OoTR Season 5 Loser Bracket Round 3 Exodus versus Sea Falcon, which should be an amazing should be a great race. So
yeah, if Exodus has another close race like he did against Dylan Meeble, that one was as close as you can get.
Yeah,
that was
pretty nuts.
That race is pretty insane. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But we're going to go ahead and send you guys out. So thank you everybody for watching, and we hope to see you all next time.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good night.